What's up, crew? Welcome back to the Nate the Great YouTube channel. My name is Nate. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about what I eat in a day, when I eat in a day. And so I want to put some caveats out there for before we begin. I just did my morning weigh-in. It's just after 6, about 6:30 in the morning. I normally wake up around 5:36. I go to the bathroom, I jump on the scale, and that's my first weigh-in for the day. So here's some variety of things that I normally eat in a day. And I want to be very clear here that if you're just starting out on this sugar fasting protocol, do not weigh your food. Do not limit what you're eating. Just keep it within the bounds of the protocol: sugar fasting, maple syrup, um, raw honey, and candy, right? Those types of things. And just eat until you're satiated. Try to eat until eat normally if you're full. So for me, I like to gather all the data. I like to keep things routinely consistent. That way, if I am seeing a scale saw, I can troubleshoot, just like I mentioned how to start troubleshooting in my video a couple days ago. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So I'll just be splicing everything in. So I start off, first thing after I do my weigh-in is I come in and I get a 16 ounces of cold water. Once I've consumed my water, I'll usually do some things around the house for a couple minutes, usually get things ready. Now that we're in the summertime, I don't have to do all the morning routine stuff aside from just making sure to get everybody squared away. But next, I'll go and I'll grab my orange juice here. And I got some organic orange juice. I'll show you here. And I think I got this from Costco, and it's just really yummy. It's super healthy, and it's a little bit high in calories. And I get 8 ounces of, or 240 milliliters of orange juice. Not looking to be perfect here. Obviously, again, if you're just starting off on this journey, don't weigh your food. Don't limit what you're consuming. Just keep within the protocol and eat until you're full. So 240 milliliters of orange juice. Next up, I'm gonna have about 15 grams of both the raw honey and the maple syrup, and I'll show you that here. This maple syrup, again, I think is, the Kirkland brand. So, and this pure honey here, I believe we just got at a farmer's market someday. Totally fine. I'm not a purist when it comes to any kind of like organic, or just try to find stuff that tastes good and doesn't have any fat in it or protein. So the way I like to, again, don't measure if you're just starting this off, or don't track, right? But for me, this is how I do it. So feel free. If you do want to weigh your food, or you want to know exactly how much you're eating, a good trick is you put the bottle on the weight scale, you tar it out, so then it goes to 0, and then you consume. So in this case, I'm going to do about a tablespoon of raw honey, and this takes a little bit. Then when you put it back on the scale, you'll get a negative number. It's essentially what you just consumed. So in my case, I consumed 14 grams of raw honey. I'll do the same thing with the maple syrup. This one's less viscous, so it takes about 3 tablespoons. About 11 there. Bada bing. 17. A little bit over. That's okay. We're not looking for perfection. All right, next I grab some blueberries. This one is just from Walmart, super cheap. And I'm going to have about 150 grams of blueberries. In addition, I'm going to have about 5 grams of sugar. Another caveat, if you're just starting off on this protocol, on the sugar fasting journey, do not add more table sugar to your fruits, right? All the things that you're eating. Don't just dump a bunch of sugar. I like to have 5 grams. It's literally nothing, but if you're adding in a tablespoon, or a half a cup or a cup. Definitely avoid that. That's going to just add way too many calories and not really provide you you're just dumping it on top for no reason. So 5 grams of table sugar. Bada bing. And that's pretty much all I have on a normal morning. And I'll just go to my computer and I'll start working. I haven't drank all my orange juice yet. I'll just kind of drink that over time. If you do slam orange juice and you're not used to the citric, right, maybe switch to something that's a little less acidic, like apple juice or something along those lines. Really, the idea is I want to get the potassium in. I do not supplement anymore. I don't add in salts. I don't, so the potassium is really important for me just to get that on my body, so it helps regulate all the other uh, magnesium and the sodium, etc. Yeah, that's basically what I have for a sugar bomb in the morning. I'll then usually work for about a half an hour, and then I'll go for my long walk once the sun starts to peek up over the horizon. All right, lunchtime. I keep it pretty basic. I just like to do a fruit smoothie with a couple of fruit bars and a little bit of pickles. Throw that in there. Again, it's just about 11:45. So that sugar bomb that I had this morning lasted me about 4 or 5 hours. That's pretty consistent. Even if I'm out and about, I feel great. My hunger level's at about a 5 now. Once again, if you're starting this protocol where you're doing morning sugar bomb, lunch sugar bomb, and then a bigger sugar bomb in the afternoon or evening for dinner, I would just recommend that you don't weigh your food, you don't track, you don't limit yourself to anything. Again, I'm a data-driven person, so I will be calculating everything I'm eating just so I know how much I'm consuming. So we'll just keep this going here. Again, for lunch, we talk about mixed fruits. That's from Walmart. Some blueberries, Walmart. I believe these are from Costco. You can get these at Walmart. You can definitely get any type of pickle that you'd like. So let's just begin. I always like to start with my favorite, which is the mixed fruits. Get that in there the most. Now, you put in whatever you want, right? These are all frozen fruits. You can also add in some fruit juices into the mix here, make it more tangy, whatever you want, right? I think the idea here is I'm just giving you an idea of what I do, but I think it's important that you just do whatever works for you. Once again, this entire meal, I'm going to have 2 of these sugar bars, which is about 120 calories. I'll have a couple of pickles, which again, minimal at best when it comes to calories. And the fruit smoothie here will be about another 200 calories. So yes, losing weight all comes down to a calorie deficit. I'm not aiming to keep my calories low. And sometimes if I have a lot of stuff going on, I will add more to this and add more volume. I'll add just straight sugar, or I'll put in some honey or raw syrup just to add more calories into the mix, get more dense. But for today, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling lean. I'm feeling very, not full, but I am hungry. So like I said, about a 5 out of 10. I'm going to put this in some water. I'm going to let it soak for a little bit, throw it on the blender, and then just drink it up. Again, pretty straightforward lunch. When you're doing the sugar bomb, don't overthink it. Just grab yourself from frozen fruit snacks, whatever those are, whatever appeases you, and just find yourself a blender, grill, grind it up, throw it back, enjoy the rest of your day, and then you should be hungry going into the evening. That's normal, just like I've been mentioning before. And we'll see you then. Okay, bye. All right, guys, welcome to dinner time. So it's going to be really much of the same as lunch. We're just going to ramp it up a bit with the calories. So as you can see, I still have my mixed fruit, still have my strawberries, still have my blueberries back here. Going to be throwing that in, get me a nice big fruit smoothie. I may I'm going to be adding in some mango juice and or some strawberry juice. These are both, I think, this I got at Walmart. This I think I got at Costco. And then I'll be throwing in some peaches and some syrup. That'll really help ramp up the count. I still have some watermelon left over. I chopped up like a 10, 20 pound watermelon. So I'll be throwing that in there. Just, I got to be real careful with the watermelon because it's really voluminous and it doesn't really have a lot of calories. And really what I'm trying to do is stack on those calories. Again, not focused on the actual amount of calories, just tracking to make sure that I understand. Again, if you're looking to lose weight, really the goal is to be in a calorie deficit, regardless of how some people will tell you on the internet. At the end of the day, if you want to lose weight, then you need to be in calorie deficit. The sugar bombs in the morning and the sugar bombs at lunch don't really add up to many calories, especially at the beginning. You shouldn't be tracking or limiting yourself. You should just be, whenever you're hungry, just go ahead and eat. And then once you're satiated, then stop eating. Don't snack throughout the day. So I'll just be grabbing all my material, like I said, about 150 grams of the mixed fruit, probably 8 ounces of the mango and or strawberry, throwing in some watermelon. We're probably looking at anywhere between 700 to 1,000 calories. And I'll consume that and I'll be extremely satiated. Right now it's about 7:30. I just got back from karate. So let's get into it. Big chunk right there. We don't want the big chunkers. There we go. That's it, guys. I'm just going to blend this up, put some water in it, throw it on the blender, zoop, zoop, sieve it up. We crack these bad boys up, eat them out straight out of the can or pour them in a bowl. Grab myself about 400 grams of watermelon, and then that's it. So I hope everybody gets a good idea, a starting point. Again, remember, do things that work for you. Try things out when you first start. If it's not working or you're more hungry, obviously eat more and don't track. I'm only tracking because that's what I like. That's what I enjoy. You shouldn't track, especially when you're starting out. Definitely don't weigh anything. Don't limit yourself at all. The idea is that you are sugar fasting and you're just focusing on just the sugar, fructose, sucrose, fruit juices, honey, maple syrup, and just a tiny bit of candy. I would just, again, as I mentioned on some of my other videos, try to limit the candy, try to limit the pop. Because again, yes, it's a lot of calories. Yes, you can eat a lot of it, but really you want to just listen to your body, give it a lot of nutrients. The fruits and the fruit juices are really going to set you off on that good path. All right. Hope everybody had a good time joining me on today's What I Eat in a Day. And keep it simple. That's what I like to do. Repeat it. See how I feel in the morning. See what kind of sleep I get. See what all my health metrics are. Is the scale going down? Is it moving in the right direction? So that's what we're focused on here. So thank you everybody for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.